With warmer than average temperatures and generally very good soil moisture across the high and rolling plains in April, many growers have thought about some early plantings of cotton to get a jump on the season. While conditions appear to be very good for those early plantings, it's always a good idea to analyze the forecast carefully and check the trends in soil temperatures in your area. There's always a great tendency to rely on the calendar for field activities, but in reality the cotton plant doesn't own a calendar. Instead, cotton plants rely on temperature and moisture. We are very fortunate in West Texas to have the West Texas Mesonet to provide us with up-to-the-minute air and soil temperatures for numerous locations across the high and rolling plains. The first step, and perhaps one of the most important steps a grower takes all season, is to establish a uniform stand of cotton. Having a uniform stand is even more important in the seeding rate in many cases. Beyond choosing the right variety that has good early season vigor and knowing the warm and cool germination of the seed lot you've purchased, studying the weather forecast is key to obtaining a good consistent stand of cotton. General guidelines for forecasted temperatures are based on cotton heat units, or DD60s. To calculate, add the high and low temperature for a 24-hour period, divide by 2, then subtract 60. When considering when to plant, the heat unit accumulation for the next 5 days should be at least 16 heat units for adequate conditions. Planting conditions are very good if the next 5 days heat unit accumulation is between 25 and 50, while 5-day heat unit totals that exceed 50 translate to excellent predicted conditions for planting cotton. Cotton seeds that are imbibing moisture during germination are particularly vulnerable to cold and chilling injury. Seeds subjected to 50 degrees Fahrenheit during imbibition can be severely affected, while those subjected to 41 degrees Fahrenheit during imbibition may not germinate at all. Accordingly, it is recommended that planting be delayed until that period of cool, wet conditions pass, at which time the forecast and soil temperatures can be re-evaluated. Now, some growers may still find it necessary to plant now due to their own operations planting logistics, which is understandable. Each individual operation is unique and must weigh the risks and benefits of performing field activities. Just make an informed decision and be prepared to evaluate the stand. Growers should also keep in mind that rarely does early planting equate to early harvest. In general, those early planting stands tend to struggle with cool temperatures in May, or early insect infestations or sandblasting, and they may end up maturing at times at the same time or later than fields planted a week or more after those first planted fields. Also for 2015, note that the winter and spring moisture in many areas could potentially bring higher numbers of thrips from the higher number of weeds in field borders and bar ditches. Those early season insects could further delay your cotton crop, or at worst, destroy an otherwise uniform stand of cotton that you've worked hard to produce.